everybody, and welcome to the Fandom Flux podcast. We are recording on a Monday today, so if this episode came out late, it's because I put it off and procrastinated, so I forgot to actually put it up on Tuesday. Hi, I'm Casey. How's it going? And this week we got Zero.
Well, hello everyone. I would like to give a funny story or anecdote from my past, but actually I remember when I was in my private Christian school down in Arkansas, we would have to wear uniforms, but I always wanted to wear jeans, but I couldn't wear jeans. I had to wear khakis or whatever those shorts are.
What kind of monster wants to wear jeans?
I wanted to wear jeans because they were comfortable, and I was upset, and I always had to wear a collared shirt that was maroon or forest green. And over time, I was just I was getting upset with that, and then one day they're like, okay, Fridays you can now wear jeans, and I was happy, but I still had to wear the uniform shirt.
My school had a uniform.
I hate uniforms. It restricts my sense of expression.
No, it doesn't. Have you seen a Persona game? You can customize that shit.
Not in a private Christian school.
You could put crosses on it and stuff. They'd probably be okay with that.
Put a bunch of gold crosses on my maroon colored shirt.
Yeah.
In second grade.
Yeah. Tell me to take this off, teachers.
Oh gosh, in second grade, my teacher actually... okay, so I had a terrible teacher in second grade called Mrs. Lemon. Or Lemons, or whatever. And one day I forgot my glasses. And my mom tried to come to the school and bring me my glasses because I'd forgotten them. And the teacher wouldn't let her bring me my glasses because she said he needs to learn his lesson. And my mom said he can't see his lesson.
Yeah.
And I never got my glasses that day.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a dumb teacher. That's what that is.
Really dumb.
If you're gonna say that, you might as well just say, go home.
When I graduated from second grade, freaking that teacher, I got into a small minor argument with that teacher where it's just and she it was something about I was going the wrong way or wasn't going the right way, or I just back talked, and I lied to my mom about that because I was scared. She's like, she just thought I went the wrong way when I just back talked. And years later, I told my mom, yeah, I'm sorry, I lied way back then in second grade. And she's like, oh, that's fine. That was a terrible teacher. I was like, yay.
Yeah. I am well aware what kind of bullshit it is to try and learn in class when you can't see. Of all people, you're kind of preaching to the choir on this one. But to finish introductions, Slicer is also here.
Hello. I don't have a big long thing. I'm just here.
I'm just going into weird stories from my past because I realize now I have a lot of them. Weeks. We had weeks.
We had weeks. I had a week. I was gonna say Patient should go first because, he was going to have to leave quickly, but he had to leave quickly. So
he's going to go and he was formally invited to a flu shot.
Yeah. Like a card and everything.
Who wants to go first?
I mean, I don't got too
Go, Casey.
much, so I guess I can go first. Ow, that was loud. Okay, I should turn my microphone down a little bit. I purchased the game. I talked about it a little bit on. That's way too low. There we go. I talked about it on the Discord that I wanted to purchase the game because it looked good and because a certain actor that I am very fond of played a very significant role in it that I didn't especially know about, even though someone told me before. but I have memory like a sieve. So, yeah, I purchased and have started playing Dad of Boy.
Of course.
Yeah.
Dad Boy.
And that actor I was speaking of is Christopher Judge, who plays Kratos in that game, and only that game, I did check.
They tricked him into playing it into a video game. He didn't know it was going to be a video game, and then he really liked the script. I'm like, yeah, no, it's a game. It's like, well, I guess I'm doing this.
He did a great job, which I kind of expect because Christopher Judge is great. He was Teal'c in the Stargate franchise, just to be clear, if anyone's wondering. So, yeah, I watched that actor do good work for 11 years, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 10 seasons of Stargate and 1 season of Atlantis. I think he was in an episode. Yeah, so he's a great actor. And yeah, that game is pretty good so far. I started it on the hardest difficulty, which is the challenge kind of difficulty.
Why?
Give Me God of War is the name of the difficulty because they have esoteric naming systems, but it's probably not the way to play it for the first run through.
It is not.
Of course
it
it's not.
Definitely not. There's a new Game Plus feature.
They added that after the fact. That doesn't count.
I know, but still, like, it is. I would not recommend going on that difficulty until you get a good understanding of how that game plays, because it doesn't play like normal God of War games at all.
I didn't play normal God of War games, so that doesn't mean much.
It doesn't play like most normal action games, rather.
It plays quite a bit like Dark Souls.
Yeah, I can see that. Especially when you're playing on the harder difficulty.
Yeah. So, I'm not going to lie, though. On that difficulty that I started the game on the first time, because I didn't know better, I still had a lot of fun with it. The challenge is fun still, which is important.
That game is fun to play.
Yes, it is. Like, every fight became basically a puzzle fight kind of thing. Like, okay, the stupid spammy one that you can't kill until the boy shoots it a couple times. Right, that spawns, and then 2 heavies spawn. So I've got to try and take out the spammy shooty one first. But that just means I'm going to get harangued by the other things. But if I use the Spartan Rage at this exact moment, when that thing is half dead, then I should be able to kill it in 1 round. And then I can turn around and clean up the armor. Okay. Killing that thing means more regular Droga show up, so I can kill that one spammy shooty thing, and then I've got to focus on the little fast ones, and then I can clean up the armored ones. Okay. Break. And yeah, every fight, boss fights, whatever, but every regular fight became that kind of long, drawn-out, planned-out encounter, which makes the checkpointing before every single fight really helpful. Like, it was great fun trying to figure out the mechanics. Like, okay, I can use this against this and this against this, but this doesn't work on this, so I have to make sure I do this first to get that done, and so on. But eventually a bottleneck happened where I was like, I have been doing this fight for an hour, and I just got within 1 enemy of finishing it, and then I died stupidly because I'd relaxed. Mm-hmm. How are those other difficulties? Are they, what's the difference?
The normal difficulty is...
No, I'm not asking. That was me in the moment. That was like, the other one's like... So I looked it up, and yeah, there is a lot of shit in this difficulty that is not in the other ones. Like, this is a legit challenge difficulty. This is for if you want to break your face against this game and have fun with it, probably, but also have it take you like 60 fucking hours to finish. Yeah, so I put it on the next highest difficulty and started again. So I've been having fun with it.
That's a good difficulty.
Has that been going smoother for you, or?
Smoother, yes. There's still quite a bit of death, but it's not like 8 deaths for every encounter minimum. So
Yeah,
that's an
the
improvement.
game is still like somewhat difficult, but it is still like until you because by the end of that game you'll have most of that combat system mastered, I'd say.
Hmm.
It's just like with any game, I never start off on the highest difficulty because I know I will just not want to play the game because it'll be that's just how I work.
That's been less the case in modern games. This is why I started even doing the whole pick the highest difficulty thing, because a lot of them are getting really simplified, and yeah, the highest one is the one that's the only one that's any kind of a challenge. I did the same with Spider-Man. That's yeah, remains true. Um, the only thing that's been really giving me trouble is the fact that I insist on trying to get the combat challenges done as quickly as possible. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I need to get 50 more punching an enemy until I can rip it in halves done. So I will focus on doing that and keep getting killed doing it, because that's not how you're supposed to play the game yet. So yeah, that's my big bottleneck, and it's still a really fun game, and
Well, you enjoy the game, so that's good. How are you liking the story?
it's good. I feel like I'm missing way too much of the mythological context, because the Aesir, the Norse gods, are not exactly my forte when it comes to mythology.
It's okay. I know almost nothing about them, and I was still able to enjoy it. I feel.
Yeah, I might have to look through the lore stuff that I've been picking
Yeah,
up and
like there's
just.
a lot of lore in that game to kind of help keep you up to date. How far in are you?
I just finished Lochlam, which is what I call Elfheim.
Okay,
Lochlam.
you're at a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, and I did the exploring the lake and talking to all the ghosts, and then one of them tells you to go to this dwarven kingdom
Mm-hmm.
and smash up a statue of Thor. I was not supposed to do that yet. Everything was like 3 levels above me, but I did it anyway, because fuck you, game. I just tried to do God of War mode. Do you think I'm going to back
Persevere.
down now? Fuck you. I can handle this. And I was right. So,
Is 3 levels significant, or is
I think it goes up to level 6 total in the game.
oh
Yeah.
oh so that is a big deal then.
Yeah.
There's like 9 levels,
Is there? Okay.
if I'm recalling correctly.
Yeah. I'm at the point where I would probably think about doing that stuff now, but I did it like 6 hours ago in game time. So,
Yeah,
whoops.
I do think that like you will end the game probably around like level 8, because ninth level is you optimized everything. I think.
I might try and do that. I am trying to do a completionist run. By the way, you can go back to realms that you've left before, right?
Yes.
Cool. Just checking, because there
You
was some
can go
bits
back
and pieces.
to all realms that you've unlocked. Once you beat the game, you're free to basically just wander the entire world.
Hmm. Yeah. So that's a fun game. I'm very much enjoying it, and I like the relationship developing between dad and boy. It's very it's very natural. Is a good way to put it. Like, it feels right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very vague, but I think it describes it well. At least for people that have played it and know what I'm talking about. So sorry, people that haven't, but you should probably play this fucking game. Is what I'm saying.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Uh, that's mostly it. I released a chapter of the One Piece thick thing that's going fine. That took a bit more planning than I usually do, figuring out what pieces will move where based on different circumstances, but it's going pretty well. Um, that's pretty much it. That's my week. Played new video game and it's pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I am probably at least going to take a crack at doing NaNoWriMo next month.
Okay. What's that?
National Novel Writers Month.
Oh,
Yeah. NaNoWriMo.
Hmm.
I'll give that a go. And 50,000 words in a month. That's 5 times my usual output, but we'll see how it goes.
You know what? That sounds like a fun one.
Yeah.
I might try to see if I can join you in on that.
Yeah. That's my week, though. So, who wants to go next?
So I saw Venom.
Oh, go for it then.
Venom, for those who don't know, just basically destroyed the October box office record. And made like $80 million in its opening weekend.
That's pretty good.
This movie it's bad, but I love it.
So it's bad, but it's a stupid kind of bad.
Okay, so I need to sit up for this because
Alrighty.
Okay, so the beginning of the movie is very slow because Venom is not on screen. When Venom is on screen, the movie is good.
That's
because
an interesting little caveat there.
The villain, I don't care about the villain really that much. The side characters, I don't care about that much. But once I described this to somebody else, once Eddie Brock gets Venom, it becomes kind of an Evil Dead kind of vibe with him and Venom. In a sense, it's campy. I love it.
So it's like an Evil Dead buddy cop movie kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That actually sounds pretty good.
Where he's just like, we just bit somebody's head off. We bit a head off. And this movie's PG-13 because if it was R, that would mean it would be like probably serious and bloody and gory, and this movie would just be boring if it was R. Because the fact that there's so much just humor and dark comedy, like he's freaking when he has the Venom suit, he gets really hungry because feed, you know. So he starts just stealing people's food and like breaking into a restaurant and just going into the lobster tank and biting the lobster. It's just, it is great. I was not expecting to have as much fun as I did with this movie. But like the action is fun to watch, and the comedy and the interactions between Eddie Brock and Venom and how Venom changes how he interacts with everyone else around him, it's just really good. And I would easily watch another movie with this Venom in it. Like, it is... I went in with very low expectations, and that kind of helped. Because, like, obviously there's no Spider-Man in it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the spider on his chest or anything.
Yeah, this debatably doesn't have Marvel involved at all, aside from the license.
They did also reshoot it or redub it so that instead of symbiote, they say symbiote.
Good.
Consistently.
That would have pissed me off if that was. That helps a lot. Because they listened when everybody got really pissed off about that, which is nice. And out of curiosity, which is the correct pronunciation?
Both are correct.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's just that when people think of Venom, they think symbiote, not symbiote.
Yeah.
Because that's how it's always been pronounced in Spider-Man media.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was not expecting to like this as much as I did. I was like, this is going to just be bad, but I need to see and I'm curious. But I walked away from this movie feeling like I had a good time. There's also like that Into the Spider-Verse movie, which looks fun.
It does, actually. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah,
that one I do want to see, because you got Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man Noir, Miles Morales, Peter Parker. You also have Spider-Pig,
yeah.
And then the Asian anime girl who has a spider mech.
Yeah. A little weird that Peter Parker doesn't seem to recognize Gwen Stacy, but just
not his
sidestep
Gwen
that whole
Stacy.
thing. just sidestep that whole thing. You don't want to. That's too dark.
That things go very dark when he recognizes that's his
Yeah. That would set a different tone. So let's just brush that off. It's fine.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that Spider-Man movie, and I'm looking forward to see more Venom. Although I think this Venom verse is, if they lean into the camp, then Morbius or whatever, that can be good. But only if they lean into it, because Morbius is the next one in the quote-unquote Venomverse, on focusing on Spider-Man villains without Spider-Man. And Morbius is real Z tier.
I would wonder if one day they're like, all right, time to mesh these together, kind of thing. I wonder whether they'll eventually do that, but that's kind of an idle.
I feel like the reason why they made it PG-13 was so that he could interact with the actual Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't think this Spider-Man is one that would lend itself to getting the symbiote and going through Dark Spider-Man phase. I don't think.
Yeah, no, but you can still have him fight Venom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because the Venom origin is because Spider-Man took off the symbiote. So, skipping that whole bit and just saying, Venom got it first, it's all fine, is probably better.
There are some brief nods to the comics as well, like the astronaut who comes back with the Venom symbiote is Jameson.
Yeah, Jameson's son.
Yeah, his son.
Yeah, the astronaut.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of slight nods and stuff. It acknowledges the comics. So that's nice. It was a good time. Go grab it. Don't take it too seriously. Have some fun.
How does it compare to a certain other franchise of comics that had a similar premise that it may have cribbed from a little bit? Darkness.
Compared to what?
How does it compare to the Darkness? And the whole tentacles and they eat parts of people and stuff. And, you didn't play the Darkness, did you?
I didn't play the Darkness. No. I will say it. I don't have a comparison. I'm just gonna say it's good.
Okay. Still makes me sad, but fine.
I never played the Darkness. I was a small boy who went to a Christian school. At least they made a good
film out of it. Is what I'll go with. Even if they had to rip someone off to do it.
I also found a manga that Mal immediately loved. Mal being, says a lot. It's actually it's pretty good. It's called Domestic na Kanojo. So basically, this is kind of an adult series, so there is some nudity in it, but main character goes to a mixer, and at the mixer, there's one girl who's kind of quiet, and he goes and says, "Hey, you do these things too. I'm kind of new," and she's just like, "Hey, come with me. We're gonna go have sex because I really want to see what the whole big deal is." And he's like, "Oh, okay, sure."
Very practical approach to the whole matter.
Yeah. So they have sex, and the following couple days later, a few days later, a week later, he finds out his dad's getting remarried. But also, in addition to this, our main character has a crush on his teacher, a really hard crush. And he finds out that his dad is getting remarried to the mom of his teacher, because he has a young teacher, and his teacher's sister is the girl that he just had a one-night stand with. And now they're his stepsisters. And while that would sound very cliche in every other manga, this treats it seriously and talks about the relationship between a teacher and a student and what that means. And it is actually surprisingly emotional and does things with its concept rather than just kind of use it as window dressing for fan service. and it treats its material very like adult-like and mature, and I like that.
So the writer of that basically interviewed Ninty and just kind of ran with it. Huh? That's how that happened.
I guess so. Yeah, no, I really like it. I think it's done well.
Fair enough.
Aside from that, in terms of any sort of games I've played, I haven't really had too much time. We just finished a huge arc in one of the D&D games I'm playing in, or the D&D game I'm actually playing in which we used the power of friendship and anime to destroy the nightmare that was trapping us all. And I'm not joking. We literally had a freaking Gurren Lagann style mech that appeared, and I flew up to it and I stood atop it and crossed my arms, and everything felt right and good.
Okay.
D&D is fun.
I mean, the game that I had this weekend involved just everyone panicking about a stick, so that's a bit of a different scale going on there. But
we we fought
too.
against a nightmare. We got gods on our side. I wrote an entire speech to convince the god of time to join us on this, and he helped. And we managed to win without any major NPCs dying, which was actually quite a feat. So I'm happy with that.
It was a very scary stick, to be honest with you.
Oh, we just fought the embodiment of a nightmare. It's just like...
I feel like this is the difference between a level 3 campaign and a level 18 level campaign.
We were level 6.
Wow. Okay. That feels like jumping the shark a little bit.
We jumped up 2 levels from that. But it was a case where our group is actually really competent, and everybody has a role that they fill. So we're able to just do things that are otherwise kind of impossible.
I mean, you guys also have like 8 people, don't you?
No. In the one that I'm playing in, it's only like 5.
Oh, okay.
But we managed to do it, and I was very surprised. Also, I shot a horse at somebody.
Wow. Okay.
Sometimes things are just better without context.
Yeah, no, I shot a horse at a tree, and I saved a friend.
I would say that's most of D&D, actually. Just don't explain it. Just say what happened, and then don't give any context at all.
Mm-hmm. And in my D&D game that I'm DMing, we're having a tournament arc.
Oh, God.
And you're getting real anime up in here. As frickin' I introduced Ryu from Streets.
What the fuck?
I was like, for the Brawlers tournament, here's all these fighting game characters. Have fun. And our fighter won against Ryu by just grappling him over and over again, so he couldn't do much.
That's fair. Yeah.
I mean, Ken would tell you that's pretty much how just brawling tournaments tend to go.
It's how you beat Ryu, I guess. Yeah, and like I've been having a lot of fun with that and throwing in references and everything. It was a big D&D weekend. But aside from that, I don't think I've done much else that was worth mentioning. But yeah, Venom good. Also, good manga. And also shooting horses at trees to save friends.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Was that your whole week then?
Yeah, that's my week.
Okay.
I can't say anything else on top of that.
All right, I'll pick up then. To quickly touch up on my own D&D experiences before we move on. It rained here a lot, like full on flash flood warnings for days at a time. So my session was canceled. And yeah, but it does give me a chance to get a little better prepared, so that's nice. And you guys, you fuckers, were talking about it so much that I had to go get Spider-Man.
Spider-Man! He's the man! So, how is it?
Fuck.
There we go.
Yeah, he was
My
so
style.
good he had to leave the call to play more Spider-Man. Hi,
Yeah,
Slicer.
how was
Welcome
it?
back.
Hello. So I don't know how you guys play, but I do all the side stuff the second it's available. So
that's the Pat approach from Best Friends.
yes. The only time, thank you. It's back. Casey changed my name to Spiderness again. Anyway, so yes, the Pat approach. The only time I was ever sick of the side stuff was when the Riker prison happened, and so 10 new crimes appeared in each area.
Yup.
I did not actually do all the side stuff because I don't typically do a lot of side quests in games unless it has actual story significance. So like I did these side quests, I just didn't go and do all the challenges or all the crimes and all that.
Yeah, I can't blame you. Like if you didn't unlock all the suits and the gadgets and the tokens and all the other stuff, I would have no real incentive to do it.
I unlocked all the stuff. Like, well, I didn't unlock everyone, but I didn't get all the suits, but I got the suits that I wanted.
That's fair. There's only one that I haven't gotten yet, and I forget which one it is, but it's because I don't have enough challenge tokens. And fuck the challenge tokens, Jesus. I cannot stand those things.
You don't need to get all of them. It's just getting, like, I think the second one up. The second ranking. Whatever.
Silver
I'm just
or
excited
whatever.
for the DLC that's going to introduce new story stuff and new suits.
I was not aware there was DLC incoming. I would have not played the game if I had known that. So, yeah, fun. Yeah, I just beat Scorpion Rhino. So that's where I'm at in the story. But as for side stuff, I've done all of it. At least complete it. Some of the challenge stuff I have like bronze on, but it's the follow the drone ones. I fucking hate those so much.
Once you get really good at them, they can be satisfying. Said no one ever, because freaking, hey, get this one right here, but you need to be swinging at the exact right height to get it.
Yeah.
What was it? The bomb challenges. There's one where you're like 12 to 15 stories up, and you've got to do it so perfectly precisely of zipline to this and do a perfect launch off. Okay, zipline here, launch, line, launch, grab it before you've even landed, throw it, zipline, launch again and again and again. You got to do it so perfectly. It's ridiculous.
There's little room for error, and I think one thing that could help me with that is there's one thing about the swinging that is not in Spider-Man for PS4, and it is the ability to climb up the web you are swinging up or slide down it.
I feel like the game's too fast-paced for that to work.
It's fast-paced, but at the same time, it can help in certain situations if you want to adjust your height.
Hmm.
If they could find some way to make it so you could adjust your height mid-swing, that would help.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know whether that would help for the challenges specifically, because speed is so important, but...
It's like...
I feel like there's so much going on in the traversal mechanics as it is that sometimes it gets a little clunky anyway. Adding more would be a thing.
Or give him a double jump. Actually, that would just solve everything. Give him a double jump. There we go.
I thought you were about to say give him a devil trigger.
Give him a devil trigger. There we go. It's called Venom.
Spider trigger.
Oh, shit. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Symbiote just comes flying out of nowhere.
I am all about that. I don't care if it just crash lands right on him from out of nowhere.
Bang, bang, bang. Pull my Venom trigger.
Sure.
Yeah, just swinging away, doing my Spider-Man thing. What the fuck? Oh, holy, I'm awesome now. Okay, cool. I'll just go with this. And then for
Woo!
some reason it fucks off again at some point. Okay.
Yeah.
So I really like the swinging in this game. And the
Oh, it's
combat,
so good.
nice actually. The combat is pretty good. I hate fighting some of the Sable enemies because they're just a pain in the ass to beat.
Oh yeah. Fucking flying
just-
dudes. Fuck the flying dudes.
Yeah, no, those ones I didn't even try to do any of the challenges on those ones. I just built focus on the way to the mission and just insta killed all of them.
Yeah.
So
I think
yeah.
the Sable crimes, I ended up just starting to do the whole silent takedown everything you possibly can. Even if it
Yeah.
was just slow, it meant you didn't get killed almost instantly and have to start everything over.
You played on. I assume you played on the hardest difficulty because you
Yeah.
mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
I'm on normal. I don't play games on hard because I don't see the point. But
Unless it's a game that I
super
really
enjoy it, I
like,
don't know.
go play it on normal.
Exactly. Yeah. It. If I ever replay the game, I'd probably do it on hard. But like, it just makes the combat more difficult or more I don't know.
Tedious. It's
Yes.
usually more tedious.
Thank you. Yes, the enemies just do more damage. It doesn't actually make it harder.
I'd
don't
argue that makes it harder, but okay.
The thing with me is that even if I can avoid the damage, it's just I have to hit them more, and it takes more time, and it stops
That's
being.
not true. It takes about the same amount of time to, and even still, if you're playing on hard, then it expects you to be better at the game, which means not getting hit, which means you keep your combo up, which means you do more damage. So
Do you do more damage?
I'm talking
combo time?
about in general with games, not just Spider-Man.
And yes, you do more damage as your combo gets higher. That is a thing.
Oh, sweet. Okay, I'll have to re-equip that. The one that keeps my combo if I take damage.
Yeah, that, and get the soup power that just quadruples the damage you deal.
There are a few that does that actually. I stick with either the web blossom, which is a nice little Overwatch nod, I think.
Web Blossom's getting nerfed, I believe.
Web Blossom isn't even that great once you get the web bombs.
Yeah, that's fair. I just like jumping into the middle of a bunch of enemies and using it, and then just
The Spider Buddy is great for late game.
that's the other one I use. Yes,
Um,
that will make entire combat encounters take like 20 seconds.
Yeah, there's one particular combo that is just this is how you beat pretty much everything, and that's knock someone into the air, bang, 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 bang. They get knocked away. Hold down triangle, drag them back, grab something and drag it towards you. Bang, 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 and gets knocked away. Drag it towards you. Bang, 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 and they'll kill like 3 enemies in one go.
One thing I really like to do is when you're on a roof, just use the concussive force power.
Yeah, that's good too. Swing kick, same. Good for getting rid of enemies that are kind of a pain in the ass.
Or web bomb and then concussive force, just send them all flying into a wall.
That's pretty good. I hadn't
Just
thought to
ends
do that.
everything.
I just position myself very quickly in impact web and throw them off the building.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate the power of that concussive force because it's really strong.
I've never used it actually.
Because it will just clear all the enemies in front of you once it's fully upgraded, and so you just web bomb or web blossom, whatever you want to do, web them all up, send them flying, and that just handles everything.
Sweet. I mean, it's a little late in the game for that. All the side stuff is done, so useful, I suppose, for second playthrough.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
My
Go ahead.
one of the last thing, my only real complaint with the gadgets is the fact that I keep running out of ammo for them, like constantly. Like the impact web is the main one I use because it's pretty much just an insta kill for enemies if you use it right. And there's only 4 of it, fully upgraded. I only get 4 shots, and
Yeah.
it doesn't always. It's very inconsistent.
You gotta use a variety.
That, and there are things that will make them refill faster. There is one of those suit gadgets. I forget what they're called, but yeah, the modifier. There's one that just makes them refill faster, and just hitting and killing enemies, well, figuratively speaking, will make it refill.
You can just go full on, just making sure you're optimized for refilling, and then just go for it.
Yep.
That'll work. Yeah.
They did put a lot of thought into. Okay, if someone's going to play this way, they need the tools to be able to play this way, and you can set yourself up to do certain things if you want to do them.
Yeah,
more.
and I really appreciate it. They put a lot of thought into making this game actually fun.
Yeah.
It is a really good game, honestly. I've enjoyed it quite a bit. I also got I haven't played it yet, but I also, when I was at the store, I got Assassin's Creed Origins, so I'll be playing that next.
Origins.
And then
Odyssey just launched.
Origins.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Odyssey
very
just
specific to
launched.
say that because I knew I was going to mess it up if I didn't think about it.
And Odyssey just launched, and I am tempted to get that when I have money.
All I've heard is Jim Sterling say it was terrible.
That's
so
the
I
thing.
haven't heard anything
I've
else.
heard people saying, "Yeah, this is a great game. This is a great game. This is a great game," and then there's Jim Sterling. So it's garbage because microtransactions and won't actually say anything about whether the game is good. So
I mean, the video wasn't actually about that, so I can't blame him for not going into detail about it. But
well, he did do a review of Odyssey, and it was basically microtransactions and microtransactions. It's okay, I guess. Microtransactions. He stopped actually doing anything about whether games are good or not anymore, which is kind of sad.
I like Jim Sterling, but sometimes I feel like his tastes in games and his priorities are not the same as mine.
Yeah.
it happens.
Because like you fully agree with what he said about, say, Breath of the Wild, but I have a very different opinion. And so if he's going to say all this stuff about the microtransactions and not give an actual review on the game, I might like the game.
Yeah. Microtransactions are terrible. Me and him are on the same page on that. They're fucking terrible. I don't want to deal with them.
They are terrible.
But from everything that I've seen, they're actually kind of not that obtrusive in Odyssey. They're just kind of there in one specific set of the menu. It'll advertise in loading screens, but who the fuck pays attention to loading screens? And that's pretty much it. So
like the thing that really makes it or breaks it for me is whether or not the game is balanced around you buying things.
Yeah, and it seems to be mostly not in this case. One could argue it's a little bit slower than it could probably stand to be, but that's about it.
But given that so many people like it, I think that might be the case, where it's still very much enjoyable without it.
Yeah.
And I also really want to fight mythological monsters, okay?
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, I'm doing that in God of War, Dad of Boy. Sorry, I got the name wrong.
Yes, but I want to go back to fighting some Odyssey monsters, you know?
Medusa and shit.
Yeah, I never played the original God of War games. I've watched videos on them. I've watched full playthroughs on most of them.
I'm considering getting like the collection, but I know it's going to be a vastly different style and quality of game.
You're going to go from Kratos being old and tired and not a good person, but is still somewhat redeemable.
Yeah, he's old and jaded in this one.
You go from
I don't know whether I'd be able to go back
shouting
to
Zeus over and over again, or whoever he's pissed off at. He was a really bad person.
I mean, it's ancient Greece. Pretty much everyone was.
All the gods were too. It's just bad person kills other bad people, and everybody gets caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I will be getting Dad of Boy, as Casey is, as a lot of people are fond of calling it, actually. Probably at some point soon, just so I have it on hand and I can go right from Origins to that.
God of War and Spider-Man are two of the best games on the PS4 right now.
Yeah, and it seems like I've gone full on the PS4 being my main console, so I would kind of like to have a good library to pull from.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I actually
Which is really good for those cheap, like $15, $20 games you want to just play, laying in bed.
Yeah,
right now.
No, you're not wrong. I have Agents of Mayhem, but I haven't actually played it yet, and I don't really feel like it. So that's a kind of a rainy day game, I suppose.
Also, Mario Party just launched.
Sad.
What was that?
Mario Party.
I said it seems to not be a very good game, and that makes me sad because it's Saints Row-ish, or
What
in that
is
setting?
Agents of
Mayhem.
Mayhem?
Mm.
Yeah.
Sad times.
Yeah, I heard it was just kind of mediocre. So it might be good, it might be bad. I don't know. Those games are really hard to say.
Yeah,
I'm
That's
just
kind of how
happy
your
we
mileage
have more
may
Mario
vary.
Party, and it is actually decent.
no one cares about Mario Party.
Okay, now
I
hold
would
up.
care about Mario Party if it was online, but it's not.
It
Fuck
needs
it.
that full online experience. Yes, I agree. At the same time, though, I'm just happy to have a board back.
Does it not? Does Mario Party not online?
It has online for minigame mode, basically, but
Oh.
not for the board, which is weird.
That's
Yep.
stupid.
It is.
Why? Why?
This would be the
Why
easiest
Nintendo?
sell if it had full
I
online.
would have bought and played the shit out of it. I would have played with Zero. Totally would have done.
Oh, could have had a podcast let's play of it. I'd
Yeah.
get that.
But
That's-
unfortunately, not.
Because Nintendo suck.
They don't like money.
It's like you're releasing your online service, but you're not going to release full online for Mario Party.
Yeah. Like, of all times that you would want to say, okay, here, have online in all of our classics and everything, and they decide not to.
At least there's Smash.
It's like a weird kind of conservative attitude to their business model, and I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either. But you know what? I'm just happy that they have a board back. That is my main thing. Is the next one will be good, and it will probably have online because they got rid of that stupid car.
Yeah. I appreciate them for trying something different. I hate it though.
I think everyone hated it.
Yeah.
It took the part out of Mario Party where you hate your friends.
Which
And
is the
that's-
part everyone loves about Mario Party.
It's not Mario Party if you don't want to punch your friends after 20 minutes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Monopoly
it's
has been
not-
selling
it's-
on this model for like a century or something. I think Mario Party can stand to keep it, and sell on what actually works. It's fine.
I hope that Super Mario Bros. Deluxe has online, but it probably doesn't. That's
The
another
what
game
does?
where you can hate the new Super Mario Bros. Wii U Deluxe thing or whatever.
Oh, you mean Bowsette Simulator?
Yeah, no, if that had online, that's also another game where you can hate your friends.
Oh
Is
yeah,
she
I
even-
remember, because you can stomp on each other and shit. Yeah.
You can pick each other up and throw them into pits.
Yep.
is she even a canon character yet?
No.
Like,
She was Bowsette as okay, so in the concept art for Mario Odyssey, Bowser had a Koopa cap that he could throw on Peach, and he would take over Peach's body and capture her. But that never ended up happening. So technically, almost canon.
If you say so.
Nintendo is probably not going to do it, but I want them to
They're
make that
not
an
gonna do
actual
it.
thing. I really want them to.
A lot of people really want them to.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, though. Oh,
Thing
well.
is, though, it'd just be a question of that endless debate: should Bowsette be blonde or redheaded?
The Nintendo concept art said redheaded, so we have an answer.
I agree. Yep.
What, the brown skin, red hair kind of thing? Or do you
He's
just
redheaded, but it wasn't brown skin.
Yeah.
But I could see the redheaded one as the way, the truth, and the life for Bowsette.
So, steering away from blatant fetishes. I also
Change
watched
Up is
Altered
still the best
Carbon. Sure.
Sorry, what?
I also watched Altered Carbon, the first 4 episodes of it at least.
Oh, I watched that too. Actually, the first couple episodes on that.
It is a show.
Netflix series.
It is a Netflix series, thank you. It is a series where humanity is actually a disc in their spine. Or rather, all humans have a little chip invented in the top of their spine, right at the base of their skull. And their bodies are called sleeves, and their bodies are basically disposable. So people can re-sleeve, and they essentially die organically and then get put in a new body. Only the really, really rich get to afford like good bodies. Everyone else is stuck with whatever they clone and it's available.
Like they put a little girl in an old woman's body because they couldn't afford anything else.
Yeah, this woman gets, this little 7-year-old child gets hit and run, and she gets put in an ancient body, and the parents are like, "What the fuck?" And apparently you get, if you die and it's someone else's fault, you get one free government issued body, and they just give you what's ever laying around.
That's kind of dumb. Like at that point, surely you just go for a mechanical stand-in instead. Like I don't.
That
technology's at that level. That's just kind of stupid.
It's okay. Zero. Do you remember them ever saying what year it is? Because I don't.
I don't either.
I don't think they. I think they specifically avoided that because there are several people that claim to be several hundred years old. Like humanity is probably not progressed for a while.
Okay.
It's a case where it's a weird case where instead of going for the robotic solution, they went for the organic, and because that can work and we can use that and it doesn't cost as much money as to make a whole bunch of robot bodies, let's stick with that because greed.
That's not how that would work at all, but okay, sure.
I'm guessing fine. At this point. I never finished the show. I only watched the first couple episodes.
It doesn't make sense. It's the implication is that the technology does not exist for robot bodies, but it does exist for cloning. So they do the cloning thing. Mm-hmm. Cloning a good body is really, really expensive. Cloning a random body is super easy. So that's why a lot of bodies are, sleeves are just...
That doesn't make sense either, but okay.
It doesn't, no. But go with it, though. So as a result of this resleeving and I forget what they call the microchips, the stack, that's it. It's the stack is the microchip at the base of their skull. Because of that mechanic, let's call it, this society's fucked up. Like, organic damage is what they call it when a body just dies, is super common. And nobody bats an eye at it. It's like a misdemeanor offense to kill someone, as long as you don't actually kill their stack.
It is it has a very interesting concept in terms of even if it doesn't make full sense, the idea of it is really cool. And the main character in that, he gets hired to find out who killed somebody from the person who got killed.
Yeah, I need you to solve my own murder. It's pretty cool. I really like the show and the setting and everything about it. It's kind of an odd aside, but it's the first show I've actually seen a penis in quite a while. Like, everyone is naked. There's a lot of nudity in the show.
You need to watch more HBO.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of HBO. I don't watch Game of Thrones because that show does not interest me in the slightest. So I know there's a lot of it.
Okay, I just remembered another show came back recently.
What's that?
The Walking Dead.
Oh, right.
Who fucking cares?
It doesn't have Carl in it, so fuck it. If Carl comes back, I will watch it.
I watched it. I watched the new episode of The Walking Dead. It was so boring.
I mean, it's episode 1 of a season. It's not.
It was so slow.
Those stop in. Yeah.
None of this felt like it mattered at all.
Because Carl's dead. Yeah, of course.
It's just... they're trying to do the internal conflict thing now.
Again?
Because they didn't kill Negan. They took him prisoner.
For fuck's sake! That man's plot armor is like a mountain.
And so they're trying to be like, we're going to take the peaceful path here. And we're going to take care of all these people. And now we don't have enough food or anything.
Yeah, Casey, I don't know if you watched The Walking Dead, but Negan the character has so much plot armor that someone actually shot him, succeeded in shooting him, and he blocked it with his bat. Like, why? Uh, it's really bad. He's been shot at and everything so many times, and nothing ever takes ever.
It's okay though. It's because of that he's in Tekken.
Is he? I can't. I don't know if that's a joke or not.
He's DLC.
Oh, great, awesome.
So, Altered Carbon.
Yeah, it's a fun show. Honestly, that is my recommendation for this week because I haven't really done much else. I haven't really read anything. I would definitely, if you have a Netflix account or know someone that does, check it out. It's fun.
Fucking pop filter's broken. Alright, there we go. Alright. I mean, that's... Does anyone got anything else, or are we recommending?
Negan versus Devil Chin.
I don't know who would win, because I don't know anything about one of those characters.
Oh shit!
Negan versus Heihachi.
I actually forgot one major thing. I had a job interview last week to be a custodian at the University of Iowa. It's like a straight up step up in every single way from my current job.
Cool beans.
Yeah, so that'll be nice if I get that. I certainly hope I do.
Yeah.
All right, we want to just roll into recommendations.
I guess so. Oh shit! I should have something. Bear with me. Zero, do you have a recommendation?
I mean, I already talked about the manga that I read. So that was the only thing I would honestly recommend. Also, go see Venom. I didn't read anything else in particular because I was really busy. Because this was just a packed week. But yeah, go enjoy the fun that is Venom, and also now you're living with your teacher.
Cool.
Combine those two concepts, and now you're living with your teacher, who is also Venom.
I mean, that's kind of what happened in Homecoming. It's like, oh look, my father-in-law is Vulture. Shit.
The girl I had a one-night stand with was Venom?
And now I have a symbiote? Oh god, STDs.
This is the worst STD I've ever gotten.
Or the best.
Oh.
Okay. My recommendation is called Wearing Masks. It is a Persona quest. Which is the...
What? Okay, can you explain what a quest is?
It's
Because
a
I don't
story
even know how
format
these
where it's usually second-person perspective, and the readers choose what happens, basically, what the main character does.
I've looked at quests before, I just don't know how to read them. Like, you pick the choice, but you don't write anything for the other choices.
But no, you don't write anything for the other choices.
I can never tell. How do they even make the choice? Because a reader will post something, and then another reader will post another thing. Is there a poll?
Yeah, it's just tallied votes.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, like, for example, in the first one of this, they can choose between a male or female protagonist, and most people voted male, so the character is male. That's how that works.
Why not both?
Has the author...
It's on QQ,
this...
so it would have been a viable option, but in this case, no.
That's true. In the story, before you get into it, I suppose, I forget where I was going with this, I apologize. Oh, right, sorry. Has the author ever overridden the poll to do their own thing?
It happens from time to time. It depends on who's running the quest.
Gotcha.
So, like, usually they try to have a good reason for doing so. Like, they can veto, like, some quest masters, I think is the term, they will let people write in their own suggestions for an answer. And sometimes they can be like, okay, that wouldn't make sense for the character to do, so I won't let them do that, and we'll veto that option. Sometimes they'll let anyone do anything. There is a notorious example of a Bleach quest where the QM allowed for write-ins, and it was Bleach where Ichigo was in his inner world with Kyoka Suigetsu, the Aizen Zanpakuto, and one of the questers had the bright idea of saying, okay, Ichigo is in his inner world with a sword that is not his. Let's have him stab himself with it and steal Aizen's powers.
Because that's how that works.
I mean,
That's how it worked
kind of
in the
is.
very first chapter. That's how that worked. And everyone in the quest was like, yeah, that actually sounds like a good idea. I'm going to vote for this too. And there was a wash of votes for it. So the quest runner played it straight. Okay, everyone wants to stab themselves with a sword. All right. You stab yourself. You die. Thanks for playing the quest, everybody. Everyone was pissed. Which is a little unfair because that wasn't an option that the writer gave. That was just someone being a dumbass and coming up with something stupid, but yeah. So
I mean, if that's the lore that you can manage to do that, like, it should have worked.
It wasn't
Did the
in
other
his inner
reason?
world, though. Like, I don't know. It wasn't quite.
yeah, the circumstances were different enough that no, that's not how that works. So yeah,
Every
some
time he's been
authors
stabbed and
will
received-
also just go, no, you can't do write-ins. These are your options. You can pick one of these. That's it.
Like,
For
I
exactly
swear,
that
when you started that story, I was gonna be like, "What is he like with Kyoki Sugetsu?" And they're just like doing heroin in his inner world. Is that where this is going?
It's a weird place to jump to, but okay.
I'm just like, when I think write-ins, I think of the worst possible. Just now they're gonna be stoners or something, or now they're gonna be just not even do anything related to the story.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's kind of how you jump to the worst. Drugs would be one of them. Hardcore
I mean-
drugs.
Thing is, it's majority rules. So even in a place like QQ, where everything is tentacles and kind of rape sometimes, they tend to actually be pretty nice guys. Usually, is how it tends to go.
Fair. We've gotten completely sidetracked, by the way. Anyway, Persona Quest.
You ask
Is it
questions, I'll answer.
Yeah, what's your Persona quest called again?
It's called Wearing Masks. It is it was pretty generic from the opening, but it became a Persona 5 quest where the protagonist is a reverse arcana fool and is dealing directly with Igor, the real Igor.
I should probably finish Persona 5.
Yeah. And it actually goes on some nice, interesting diversions. Like, the character makes friends with Ann and Shiho. And because of that, Ann has a more of a robust support network. So isn't as reliant on Ryuji and the protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
And when Ryuji says his stupid thing towards the beginning of the game, where I think it was like he was saying to Anne that what they were dealing with Kamoshida had absolutely nothing to do with her. On the day that her best friend had tried to kill herself because of him, she takes that poorly. And as a result decides she wants nothing to do with them, and it's explicitly stated in the quest, she will never join the Phantom Thieves.
Wow. Okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
So it's taken some interesting turns so far of just doing things like the regular protagonist is still in the story. This is just a separate dude that is also a wild card.
I was just about to ask if the original hero was still in.
Yeah, so you've got the Phantom Thieves as one group doing their thing, which is protagonists Ryuji and Morgana. And then you got this group that is slowly forming, which currently is just quest protagonist and Ann. also doing shit in the background.
You must get the teacher on your side. It is the only way.
Currently, the questers seem to be working on Makoto, just very subtly in the background, very early. So
that's it's a pretty solid grab. So
yeah, snipe some members.
Yeah, basically, and because it's a quest on QQ, guess which members they're going to go for first.
I mean, yeah. I'm shocked they haven't gone for Futaba already. Like,
that would be an interesting diversion, but they haven't gone there yet. Also, still Squicky because she's still 14 with the mind of like a 10-year-old. So we could not get into that. That'd be grand. Yeah.
Cute.
So it's going some places. I'm very interested to see what the author does with it.
I'll have to check that out. I've never really read a quest before. I've just seen them. So yeah, good place to dive in, it seems.
Yeah. Well, until it gets to the actual most recent chapter, you can basically just read it like a regular story.
You can basically what?
Just read it like a regular story.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So that's my recommendation. I kind of missed reading Persona stuff because I haven't read anything from it for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, Persona 5 happened. I didn't even look at Persona 5 stuff.
I tried to, and so many authors just stick to canon. It's for a long time. Like, I get the Kamoshida thing, but that usually takes up the first 10 chapters of a story. So yeah.
Also guilty, I guess. I did that.
I haven't written a Persona 5 story yet. And honestly, like, once I finished Persona 5, I was like, I don't want to because I liked this story a lot. And I need to just distance myself from it before I even think about doing that.
Yeah. It's a weird thing. Fanfiction works best when there's something you want to change. So if a story's really good, you don't really want to write anything for it. It's fine.
And, like, if I were to do something with Persona 5, I would have to not do the entire school thing. I would have to have it be either an OC or have it focus on a character that is not directly related to the Phantom Thieves. So that's kind of what my thought process is on Persona 5, like, fanfiction.
Oh, right. And because the protagonist in this is a reverse arcana, that means he's kind of great, but is absolutely misanthropic. He fucking hates everything and is miserable.
Yay.
So, it's almost like a villain protagonist, but it's also almost like a kind of like a redemption thing. It seems to be gearing towards.
We need more edge.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds good, actually.
That's
Slicer, did you have any recs?
Just Altered Carbon. I've been rereading a Mass Effect XCOM fic, but rereading it has made me aware that it's kind of boring.
Which one?
So, XCOM Second Contact. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it. Like, they bomb a planet with insectoids. So
yes, I remember that one. Yes, that was like the Batarians or something, right?
Yeah, Batarians raid not Eden Prime, Mindwar. And humanity's like, nah, fuck that. And they get their people back, plus a bunch of other prisoners, slaves. And then they drop a sterile insectoid colony on the planet. And and then everything on that planet dies. Messily. And then the rest of the galaxy is like, holy fucking shit, this is terrifying.
Yeah, and humanity's like, what? Did you expect us to sit back and take it? Yeah, okay. You keep thinking that.
What was that fic called?
Slicer?
The XCOM. Yeah, Slicer muted himself.
There we go. Sorry about that.
What was that fic called?
XCOM Second Contact.
Okay. I might have to actually look into that. I've never actually read that.
It's pretty good.
It is.
I don't know much about XCOM, but I know my Mass Effect.
There is a different Mass Effect XCOM crossover, and I forget what it's called, but they basically meet the Quarians right away. And so the humanity and Quarians basically come together as a team against the rest of the galaxy. And that I was trying to find that one when I found Second Contact.
That sounds good, and I haven't read that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Of course, because Tally is the waifu of everyone who plays that game. Most people. She and Shepard grow up together,
Oh,
basically. Yeah, it's pretty cute.
she's
Tally is a
actually
good
like
girl.
younger than he is, but okay.
Telly deserves only the best.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's no argument there.
I mean, you're just stating a fact. Like,
Yeah. I think if that's it, then I think that's a podcast.
Yeah,
I mean, we do have.
You have Patreon, right?
Yes, because
Okay, so
sent
yes,
money through
I
earlier.
recently sent out the money.
Yeah.
So, thank you for everybody who donated to our Patreon. Thank you, Ethan F, for donating $10.
Ethan.
Thank you, Troper, Troper37, for sending in $5. You are consistent, and we love you.
I gotta keep it regular.
Alexis,
Fiber in your diet.
I don't know if you want me to say the last name, but Alexis, I guess it will. Alexis Santana sent in $3.50. Thank you. Bomber BCM, Greek Guy, and Max Dole all donated $1 each.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you. Ninty or Ex Nativo sent in $7. Thank you. And we got a $10 donation from the Crossbrain. So thank you, patient. Although you are not here, you are in our hearts and in our farts.
Ew, dude, he will not appreciate that.
No. It's always nice to see all the familiar names on that list. It's awesome to have people supporting us pretty much the whole time. Like, I know we kind of skimmed over it a little while back, but like we've been running a long time. Like this has been awesome.
Yeah, I
Troper
said,
has
hey, we've been
been-
running for 5 years, and it was like, yeah, whatever.
Troper has been supporting us since 2014. It's actually going to be his 4-year anniversary of supporting us in 6 days.
Dude.
Wow. Shit, dude.
So
Cool people. We have cool
Yeah.
people supporting us. It's great.
thank you, everyone.
Yeah. And as an aside, I'm gonna actually have to start saying this because fucking it does matter, and everyone gives people shit for saying it. But like, comment, and subscribe. That shit matters.
Yeah, YouTube's algorithms are fucking insane. So, yeah,
Yeah.
a little way you can support us a little more. Not, I feel bad about asking for more when you're already giving us money, but like even just commenting something quick on the videos, it really makes them more visible to more people.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and if you don't support us, then that's a quick and easy way to do it. If you don't want to actually send us money, that's fine. Absolutely fine. And we'll keep doing what we're doing, but that is a very nice and easy way to just help support the channel, keep us going, maybe get us in front of a few more eyeballs. That'd be nice.
Yes, this is all assuming, of course, that you didn't skip to the recommendations and then turn the video off.
What a strange way to listen to a podcast.
Shut up,
I mean, yeah, I suppose.
Somebody said they did that once. Oh, they do that. And I was like, oh.
All right, so that's a podcast. Thanks for listening to the podcast, everybody. Contact is we have a Discord, but comment anyway. Comment. If you like to donate on Patreon, we very much appreciate it. As has been stated, we do a monthly shout out to all of our patrons for patroning us. Because
That was a word.
people that do that are great. Once again, thanks everybody for listening to the.
Thanks, guys. See
I
you
didn't
later.
even say what the number was. I don't even know what the number was. What was the number?
3
It
question
doesn't matter.
marks.
It doesn't matter.
237. Yeah. 237.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.